BS9 Arts Trail. I'm delighted to say Chloe Sharma is in the studio with us. Chloe Sharma is an exhibiting artist herself, but she is also here to tell us more all about the BS9 Arts Trail. Chloe, top of the morning. How are you feeling about being on the wireless?
Good morning. Yes, I'm feeling good, excited, ready to tell you more.
Well, let's start in the first place. Tell me about your art. Why did it start, and how have you arrived at your particular idiom?
So I used to study drama and creative writing at UWE here in Bristol, and towards the end of the year I realised I liked to paint, and when 2020 happened, we all were locked in with our own bits and pieces. I found the paints that I had and was like, right, okay, this is the time to actually experiment with it. And I've just not stopped since. Love to paint people. Yeah.
Brilliant. So well done. What happened to the creative writing and drama? Did that just kind of go away a bit?
It's still there. I still have passion and love for it. I love the experience of studying it. But I'm really grateful that it sort of led me towards this inevitable interest of mine. Still love to go theatre and whatnot. But yeah, I really appreciate art.
Extraordinary. And you are now portraiting in watercolours. Do you think your theatre background is giving you a bit more insight into the character of the sitters?
Yeah, I think so. I think, my interest in really people, I think that's what it is an interest in people. So I love documentary types, movies about musicians. It was like another leg to find out more about people. I think deep down, I want to study psychology. I think that's where it's rooting from. But however, this is where I am.
Amazing.
So maybe in the future.
Well, I have one more question for you, and this is to do with commissions, because, quite often people get commissioned to do portraits. It's difficult to be candid and flattering at the same time when you're painting a portrait, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. Luckily enough, I've had nothing but beautiful people to paint. That's asked me. I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'd love to bring out everyone's beautiful side, and the better you know someone as well, you find things that you like about them. I think that helps come out in a painting. Excellent.
And is that the environment that you create when you're with someone? Do you want to sort of have them talk and relax so that you can see different sides of them, or is it a very kind of quiet space as you're painting?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd love to be surrounded by that person. So if I'm painting a celebrity, I can't sit face to face, but I'll have a documentary or their music on in the background. And for me, I think I have synesthesia. No one's diagnosed me, but I think I do. And so when I look back at my paintings, I hear or remember parts of things that I was listening to or watching at the time, which I never knew about until I started painting. And I think that's something that interests me.
I'm fascinated by this. So let's talk about the BS9 Arts Trail. Did you approach them, or did they invite you?
I approached them. I needed to put my art on a pedestal. Yeah, on a pedestal. I wanted people to see it, so I reached them. Excellent.
And they were receptive? Was there any audition process or? Well,
I just Googled it. So I think last year, I went around to an arts trail and was like, oh, this is really cool. I'll find an opportunity. And saw that there was applications, I think it was in October last year, and it's just all done online. You send in bits of your work, and BS9, they will prioritise people who live in BS9, but it's not exclusive to BS9.
That's nice. Are you happy with the person you've been paired with and the home that you're exhibiting in? Or are you exhibiting in a home?
I'm not exhibiting in a home. I'm at Redmayne School. I went to visit it Thursday, and beautiful building. I'm in there with, I think, about 8 or 9 other artists, and we're going to be sort of in their cafeteria area. So it won't just be myself.
Oh, exciting. And do you know any of the other artists that you're hanging with in the Redmayne's refectory?
Yeah, not on a personal level, but just through going to the meetings for the Arts Trail. I've met a wonderful lady called Jenny and various other people. Jenny's been doing it for a while, and she's a professional artist. So it's been really good chatting with her and getting to learn a bit more about how the Arts Trail works and what she does as well. She's a really cool artist.
And that's one of the great things, isn't it, about arts trails, the ones in Bristol, but also now you have them cropping up all over the country in sort of towns and cities, large and small. But that getting to know the people who are around you is part of the wonder of it, getting to go into houses or buildings that are in your neighbourhood that aren't always open to you or accessible to you, but also to get a chance to sort of meet the person who lives 4 doors down and to discover that they are also an artist, and now you've got this community around you. So that sounds like it's going to be really special.
Yeah, so special. It's really nice to, as you say, meet people in the area and to see what everyone's inspired by as well. So it's just nice and personal.
Okay, we're going to pause for some music. Naomi has curated this tune that we're going to have, because we're going to come back afterwards and talk about pricing your art, putting a value on your art, and replicating your art so that people with big budgets and small budgets can all have access to your art. But Chloe Sharma's in the studio with us. Congratulations.
Thanks.
On your relatively recent journey as an artist, how big a step do you feel exhibiting at something like the BS9 Arts Trail is?
Yeah, really a big step. I mean, had I not just pushed myself to do it, it wouldn't have happened. Like, you've got to self-promote yourself. So, I'm glad that I've done it, and I try to challenge myself. So this is how it sort of continues, is that in 2020, I assigned myself an hour a day to do something creative, and it's still ongoing. So that's how I keep myself, like, regimented. I'm going to keep on doing art because I know that it makes me happy.
Are you getting better?
I hope I am. You could only hope you are. I think I'm expanding my horizon of different things that I do. Like, I never used to paint with acrylics, but now I'm using acrylics, so that's a new thing for me. I think I'm getting better. Okay. Yeah.
That discipline is really important, isn't it? And that kind of little and often, actually, it's not, you don't have to sort of sit down in front of a blank canvas for hours and hours at a time, but actually just a little bit every day, and that repetition. And as you say, just going, I'm going to push myself a little bit. I'm going to try using this material now that I wasn't before.
Yeah, so even if it's not just sat at the easel or canvas, like, it could be that I'm going to go to this event that's like live music that I'm inspired by, and I know that that's going to feed more into my creative outlet. So yeah, anything really. I'm like, I'll allot that to my 1 hour a day as well. That was a nice one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the works that you're going to be showing as at this year's BS9. How easy or difficult was it to choose? Is it like choosing your favourite children, or is it about sort of wanting to show a range of your work? How did you make those choices?
Yeah, it was a difficult choice. I've kind of gone with partly how well my Etsy has done. So I do have an Etsy shop, Creativehour. Chloe Sharma, if you're interested.
Plug away, feel free. This is what this is here for.
So, but yeah, how well certain portraits have done on the Etsy. So I've got a portrait of Bob Mortimer, who's done really well, and then a few musicians, and there's a few other pieces which aren't related to a particular person. But yeah, really difficult to choose. I did send out a message to all my friends and was like, can you tell me which of these do you like? And yeah, that's how I chose.
And was that surprising with some of the things that they were coming back with? Did you think that one might be more popular than another? But have you been surprised about which bits other people have liked?
Yeah, I think for the most part I could kind of tell what people would enjoy. But yeah, I think it's on par, really, for the most part.
Yeah.
Right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this. Let's talk about money. It's a dirty word for most artists, except Damien Hirst. How do you price your work? What is the thinking that goes into arriving at the retail price?
Yes, it is difficult. So I kind of take into account the materials that I'm using. How much am I likely to be spending on this one piece? how much of my time? Now that is a difficult one to price. Also, like, I've been looking around at other people's work on Etsy, seeing that's where I'm selling mostly. How do other people price? And I try to put it maybe somewhere in the middle. It's not too low, not too high. And yeah, I think that's what you got to do, is really look around at other people's artwork. And it depends, like, are you interested in making money, or is it just that you want to be creative and money doesn't really matter? I think for me, it's somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so you need to cover your costs, obviously,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you don't really require the villa in the south of France.
I wouldn't pass, but
It's probably a good thing. Let's talk about individual, single issues. Let's talk about editions and then cards and posters and whatever else. How do you feel about this as a portraitist? Because presumably as a portraitist, your intention is for each piece to be an individual piece, a standalone.
Yeah, so I do definitely find that prints are the best way. You can have multiple copies of them. They're not going to have the same amount of detail as the original piece. But yeah, you get them at a reasonable price and you can have many of them. So yeah, I think mostly prints will come along, but it's very not as common that I'll get a commission. But I don't know, hopefully things will change soon after this.
Well, one of your sitters might become extremely famous.
Yeah.
You see? And then people will
true.
just buy that because the person has become famous.
That's true, yeah. People want something that's created, before they get famous. So, yeah.
And is there someone that you are itching to paint? Is there someone that you think, oh my gosh, that face, I'd really love to paint that? Or is it does it not matter necessarily who the person is? It could just be a complete random.
I am really inspired by like other people who are musicians, creatives. So really the first person who came to mind who I have painted a few times is a musician called FKA Twigs. Anyone who's my friend who's listening is like, oh my God, yeah. We all know. But yeah, like, she's a beautiful person. She's really into fashion and a choreographer, unique musician, and I just love her artistic aesthetic. She's great.
Yes, she's got heft. Emotionally and musically.
Yeah.
Bumped into her at, I think, probably Glastonbury some years ago now, just when she was starting out. And I was thinking, you've got something. And completely in it as well. I was really genuinely impressed. It's not just art that you hang on your wall that the BS9 Arts Trail is about. There's sculpture, there's ceramics, there's jewellery, there's all sorts of amazing stuff. There is genuinely something for everybody. There's glass, for instance. Tell me about your relationship with art glass.
I haven't had lots of meetings with art glass, I'll be honest, but yeah, lovely stuff. I love it.
Well, there you go, you see. And that is the joy of the BS9 Arts Trail, because you can pop in, for instance, to Trinity College in Stoke Hill, and you can see art glass, courtesy of Anna Finlay. For instance, also, Badminton School is open. Redmayne School is open. These are spendy, fee-paying schools.
They are.
So you get to have a snoop around how the other half educate their smallies. It's quite exciting. I mean, am I the only one who's as enthused about the snooping?
You had me at Snoop. I think it's fantastic, and it's such a great way, as we've said, to get to know your neighbourhood, to get to go into places that you don't always get a opportunity to see, but also there's always an icebreaker because you can talk about the art that you're seeing, and there's such a lovely way to start relationships. So remind us where, when, how do I get there? Everything else.
So it's at 11 different locations, 5 of which are people's homes and 6 of bigger venues like the schools. You can, a lot of them are sort of within walking distance. So if you want, lovely sunny day, walk to and fro and catch buses. So it's in Henley's sort of area, Stoke Bishop. You can get number 1, 2, 3 or 4 buses. There is disability access for most venues. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And because I live just off BS9, I can tell you from personal experience, it is looking absolutely sensational at the moment because of the extremely wet winter we have had. All of the mature trees in the area are in monstrously full leaf. All of the blossom is out. It's fab, fab, fab. And it smells great and it looks great. So at the very least, just go for a walk around. You don't even need to buy anything. All of your work is for sale?
Yeah. Well, actually, I won't say yeah. I've got lots of work, but I will be taking 5 prints and then I'll have a few original pieces. But I'll be displaying my Etsy shop. So if anyone wants to have a look in there, there's plenty more in there. There's like mugs with artwork on it and tote bags. So yeah, there's quite a few different things.
The full gamut. And the nice thing about the BS9 Arts Trail is, like you say, you can pick up a print or a postcard for not too much money. That is it's a nice Christmas gift, for instance,
Absolutely.
or just a kind of a gift to have for the birthdays that you've forgotten. And it goes all the way up to the original artworks themselves, which is a very special gift to somebody very special.
And it's just to be able to bring art into other people's homes as well, as you say, and at an affordable price, so that people know that actually they can have a print by a local artist in their room, and it might not cost them the world, but it's just going to brighten their day every time they see it. How are you feeling about it? Is there much left to do before the big day itself? Are you feeling nice and calm?
I do have one piece I'm working on currently, and it's been ongoing for a while, so I'll be glad to get that one finished with. Basically, it's a landscape of the harbour in Bristol. So knowing that I was going to do this arts trail, I was like, right, okay, I'll try and do some landscape type bits. So yeah, I'm finishing that one at the moment. So.
Wow. Well, we wish you all the very best with it. It sounds fantastic.
Remind us once more your handles and your website, please.
So the Etsy shop is Creativehour, Chloe Sharma, and then Instagram, Creativehour, one word, _ Chloe _ Sharma, the longest title you need.
Yeah, it trips off the tongue, that one.
Yeah, hopefully you find me.
Brilliant. Chloe Sharma, thank you for your time. I'm going to keep your map because I know what I'm doing next weekend. And I wish you happiness and success and a very happy birthday to the BS9 Arts Trail.
Thank you so much.
We're going to play a little bit of FKA Twigs in your honour now on the station. So
without swearing.
Yeah, don't worry. I've purposefully chosen one without swearing.